Thank you so much for clicking the thumbnail and being interested in my work. In this video, I'm going to share with you my techniques and tips on how I achieve skin tones. Be sure to watch it right through to the end, because here and there I'll be slowing it down so you can take a closer look. So let's dive in and take a look. So first thing I did actually was get the center point of my board, and there's a center port on the reference image. So from that point I work outwards and sort the measurements out from there. Now if you want a closer look and more in-depth look at how I do the outline, I have a few videos now in my channel that go through in detail how I achieve this. So what I'll do is I'll leave you a link in the description below of these videos if you wanted to know more. And this is also my tribute to the amazing Sean Connery. The reference image is when he first played James Bond in Dr. No. I'm just showing you a collection of pencils I used for the first coat. Just to note that the inset photo you see there is actually viewed from straight on, as I see it when I'm drawing, and the actual artwork you see in here is on the easel, which is in perspective, so it's foreshortened a little bit. So the portions does look a little bit different, so you have to bear in mind and make allowances for that. Now for the first coat I'm using red, blue and yellow to mix the skin tone, and using the secondary colours to dull the colour down or to make a shadow. So that's red, blue and yellow, orange, purple and green. I lay the white down first, then put the colour on top in the light areas, but in the dark areas I put the colour on first and then the light afterwards. Here's the Carbothello colours I use, and additional blue, which is the Conti I Paris. And for the deep shadows there I'm using a Candy Ash dark green with a Conti I Paris red purple colour. Now the reason actually for putting this undercoat in is not only just for getting the form correct, making sure that my outline's been drawn right, and we're not frightened of moving things around at this point. And that's the whole idea, things can be moved easily and make a decision at this point where things go. But what it does as well, it actually covers the tooth of the pastel mat, which makes subsequent layers more easier to put on then. So it's just a case of just going through step by step, just checking the measurements, making sure that I've drawn everything correctly, and in using it just to get a basic form. Now I'm not really bothered that actually the colours are not right at this point. I'm not really looking to get the colours right. All it is just to get a basic shape, everything in place, fill in that tooth. So don't worry that the colours are not right at this point, because when you go over the richer colours, that's when it'll make all the difference, and that's the next stage. Now it's time to add the richer colours. Now these are the Candy Ash ones, the rich ones I use, and then here again there's a selection of the other ones. Now what I'll do is I'll leave you a list of all the pencils I use in all the 3 brands I use, so and with the numbers as well, so you can buy these pencils separately without buying a set. Now I'd recommend buying a set if you can afford it, because they're really handy for doing backgrounds and clothes, these extra colours. But if you can't afford it, what I'm doing is just the colours I use for portraiture, the skin, and yeah, take a look at that afterwards. I'll leave a list in the description below, so be sure to check that out. So this is the second coat, but it's not the final coat. All you're doing again is just getting the basic structure, finding where everything goes, but using richer colours. So to get that vibrance, you've got to put a Candy Ash pencil down first, which is richer, and then glaze over the top to get that vibrancy. If you don't do that, it'll look dull and it'll all look a bit chalky and flat. So how to make things look more vibrant and 3D is to use these really rich colours, well, rich colours underneath the glaze of red, blue and yellow. Now what I tend to do, and I've mentioned this in many of my videos, is that I sort of let go of the mind, allow that to just relax, and how I do that is just place the awareness onto my heart and really connect to the subject, open up and just let go and try not to think. Thinking what causes stress and tension, so it's just a matter of being aware rather than thinking. Now there is a point in the stage where it seems to seem very difficult to get it right, so you have to just really relax and know that it's going to get better. So the more you can actually let go of expectations and memories and just be in the moment and just persevere, the more you'll be relaxed and the more it'll just happen for you. Now here's a closer look now at how I put the actual rich colours in first and then glaze over the top. So you've really got to pile it on whiter than you need to be. You know, like 2 or 3 shades lighter, and of course obviously glazing over the top because that white has got to shine through. So it's a case of keep piling it on, putting the colour on, piling it on, glazing the colour until you get it right, and it's just that sort of process. Just to note that the inset photo you see there is actually viewed from straight on, as I see it when I'm drawing, and the actual artwork you see in here is on the easel, which is in perspective, so it's foreshortened a little bit. So the portions does look a little bit different, so you have to bear in mind and make allowances for that. But I'll show you at the end the actual artwork at the same angle as the reference image. Now it's just a matter of getting the values correct and the edges correct. Now if the edges are wrong, it could throw it all out. If the values are wrong, it could throw it all out. So it's just a case of just softening some areas what needs to be softened, sharpening some areas that needs to be sharper so it stands out and the eye is drawn there, and making sure that there's a balance of the values. Now the value scale I use is the 9 value, which is 4 lights, 4 darks and a mid-tone. And so I try and simplify things to those 9 values. Now I have got a value video in my channel, how to see values, so please check that out at the end. If you're enjoying the video and you want to see more, why not subscribe? It's absolutely free, and then you're sure not to miss any of my future videos. Now here's a great tool to have in your kit, the colour shaper. Now it's like a paintbrush, but it's got a silicone tip on the end, which is quite soft, and it really helps to move the pastel around in very fine areas. So I suggest buying one of those. Now I've left a list of materials in the description below, so please check them out at the end. Now a little tip to see the values is to squint the eyes. So if you squint the eyes to see the values and then widen the eyes to see the colour, so you're flipping from one to the other, this really helps, because if you get those values right, it makes the work pop more and it looks more 3D and more rounded. Now the lips are really important to get right, especially when they actually meet the skin. So you've really got to blend them and soften them, or they'll look like plastic. If there's a hard ridge, they'll look like plastic lips. If you're getting value from this video, please give it a like and share it with your friends. Would really appreciate that. It would mean a lot to me, because it'd help the channel to grow. So for the really deep shadows in the lips, in the corner of the lips there, I'm using dark green and red. I might use a bit of brown and purple if it's really deep. Now I've noticed one side of the mouth, the corner, is actually a little bit too low. You're talking a millimetre. But this is how subtle it can be with portraiture. You can be a millimetre out and it will throw it all out of sync. So you really, the eye gets adjusted. It's just an instinctive thing. You think, oh, there's something wrong with that. So how I rectified it, I'm showing you here. So I'm using the actual reference image there, so you can see me holding the pencil up against it. So I've included that in the shot. And you can see how I adjusted that, and it's very slightly, but it made all the difference. Again, mostly using green and red for the shadows and just moving things around accordingly. Hope you've enjoyed part 1. Part 2 will be my next video. Now what I'll be doing there obviously is finishing it off, so you'll be seeing me doing the background and the clothes and how I achieve the final details then. So I'll go into depth on what I tend to do and look for, putting those real fine details in at the end. Here's the portrait so far at the correct angle. Thank you for watching the video right through to the end. If you found value in it and you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Appreciate it, would help the channel. Leave a comment and a message in the comments below. Let me know what sort of videos you want me to produce. I've actually left a couple of links here for you to click on. And to subscribe, click on the circle here. It's absolutely free, and then you're sure not to miss any of my future videos. Thank you so much, take care and be well.